I'm back at July 4th. Happy 4th of July 2020. A little different this year. The weather's a little off, plus the pandemic's still going. But that doesn't slow us down from doing stuff in the shed. So back at the rims today. So cleaned out the grease as much as I can. I'll wash these later, so it doesn't have to be crazy. But throwing this in the old blast cabinet, whatever you want to call it, bead blasted. So this one's probably the worst of the two, so I'm curious to see how this one comes out. So let's get going. So this is the status of the rims. This one has been wire brushed, bead blasted, and right now it has the navel jelly on it. So that's why it's got that blue haze to it. This thing is pitted pretty bad. You know, it's really rough. I used a wire brush on it, on this to really get it out. As you can see, that's all brushed. That was all bead blasted off, or yeah. So all this other stuff was just, you know, it's on there good. The old paint's on there good, so I'm not too worried about it. And it's inside the rim. It's worried about rusting, but I'm gonna let this sit a few more minutes with the navel jelly, and then rinse it off. So this is kind of how it looked beforehand. It was, you know, this kind of crummy. So this one, I got to keep working on it. It's pretty pitiful. I might do electrolysis on it. I don't have any of the wash stuff, so the soda wash, so I'd have to go and get it and then set up a tank. So I'm actually going out to do an errand, so I may stop by Walmart to pick some up, but we shall see. But that's the progress. Update. I'm just gonna do updates rather than you know, like live action video. So one rim is in the process of getting its final coats of white. It's the first one. The second one is still in the blast cabinet. So axle's complete. I got the order in from McMaster Car on the axle bearings for the vertical. I got the axle bearings for the wheels, the kingpin bearings or whatever you want to call them, and the axle bearings, the new dust tops for the tire. One tire is done. Another one is getting painted. I'm starting to tear into the hood now. I already got the sticker in the mail, so I took some quick measurements on that. So that should be good. I don't want to touch the center portion because this is actually in really good shape. I'll probably just do this, all the stuff on the edges, on the inside that are, you know, rusted right here. Maybe up here a little bit, but if it's not rusted or pickled, I am. So I want to leave the original. I know Regal Red is probably a little different of a shade than the original, so I don't really care if it's, you know, a little bit different on the inside. It's not a big deal. The outside will look uniform. So I'm not getting again. Some people may say I'm getting a little crazy with it. I'm just doing a little bit of rust coverage, but I'm not doing a true restoration. It's a partial rattle can. So right now I'm going to basically wire brush off the grill, which is kind of weird. Grill, not the grill, headlight frame, basically, is aluminum, which is kind of weird. Everything else is cast iron or steel. When they made this aluminum, paint, it's just like use. I'm gonna try it and see how it turns out. Aluminum gel cleaner. So take a read on that. You can use that. Wire brush. Paint it red like progress update. Here's the hood. Basically measured all, as you can see, I measured all the stickers. Sides are pretty much okay. Like this paint is decent. No need to go, again, I'm not going crazy. The top I will strip entirely. It's pretty much pitted, not pitted, but rusty, pitted sort of the entire way. So I'm just going to basically take it down to like that. Using flap discs that I got from a whole box of them from Amazon. I really like them, but they don't last that long. They last, they work great, like really good when they're fresh, and then all of a sudden they just kind of slow down and then die. You know, not as good as, you know, a wire brush will last forever, or, you know, for a long time, I should say. But the flap discs, they work really great at the start and then slowly peter off, but they're good for these really flat surfaces. So, all right, putting the bearing cups in on the front tires. So this is what I did on the other one was basically use the, you know, bearing cup installer, but instead of using a hammer, I'm using my, you know, 20-ton hydraulic bottle jack. So I'll just, you know, it's a little bit easier, so it rather than wailing on it, throw a little grease on it, and then they go in really easy. Just throw a little pressure on it. A little cockeyed. So this happened with the other one. It was if it's a little cockeyed, it has trouble going in. The pressure builds up. So I'm going to relieve this one, and I'm going to hit it with a hammer to get it flush, and then I'll go back with it. Is just check, make sure I'm not blowing past the stops. So I back it up. At the stops on that far side. So these are the stops for this side. So I'll that side's done. I'll do this side. Had a fail. Didn't notice it until afterwards. The you know, got these in, and then I used the hammer to tap it in the last little bit, but didn't realize it for a while. Is look at the crack, son of a bitch, wrecked them. So probably it's definitely my fault. But if you're going to use a hydraulic press, you got to support the center rather than I just put it on the rim. The first one went in fine. This was the second one. It jammed up a little bit, and it was slow. I think that's on video. It just sucks so bad. Now I have to. It's not that far out of alignment. I'll probably just tap this in and weld it a little bit, just to until I get a new one. But this is definitely a setback and very, very frustrating and very pissed at myself. But you learn from your mistakes, I guess. I tapped it back in and wire brushed it. It actually looks pretty good, like, as far as it getting right back to where it's supposed to be. So I'm going to weld it up and just paint it up. So I'll just have to keep an eye on it over time and see what it does and see if it gets worse. Take it off once in a while. but I probably will look for a new rim at some point.